Let's go, UW. In terms of, this is a good question here. In terms of individual stats, what are the goals for Najee and Pat to get that first big boy contract?
Ooh, I like how we talking today, man. Low key, I like this convo too because I don't know if you've seen when Deontay and George Pickens had talked and they were saying some of their goals. I think Deontay said both of them said 1,000 yards, 100 plus catches, all Pro Bowl, and I think Pickens even said Super Bowl if I remember correctly. So, in terms of when we're talking Najee and Pat, for Najee, get him over 1,000 again. He has to get over 1,000. That's always the big ticker. Over 1,000, keep them fumbles at as close to zero as possible. And if he could touch paint, if he could score. If you get 7 touchdowns, that's major. If you could tap into them double digits, we just know touchdowns are fluky at times. So if he can get close to 10 of them things, I think that pays him. But 1,000 yards rushing, 0 fumbles or as close to 0 fumbles as possible. If you throw in probably about 200-300 receiving yards, that'll definitely get him a check. That'll get him a check. For Pat.
How big of a contract he's talking
He said
about?
the big boy contract. That's what I'm thinking.
Like 10 plus mil?
Yeah.
We can't do that.
We can't, but he's simply saying what would it take for him to get that? And that's what we're just trying to lay out. Not saying that we would want to. Not saying that anybody would hope.
I borderline don't know what Najee can do to make it make sense at least.
It doesn't have to make sense here. He's just saying market-wise. If Najee were to be a free agent right now and all 32 teams could talk to him, Najee would not be getting $10 million per year right now, right? His market would be 7, right? Running back, maybe even 5. But he's saying to get a big boy contract, what would it take?
Yeah, I think he'd need a little bit more than that rushing.
So at 1,200?
Yeah, 12, 13. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 16, 17 100 total yards, I would say.
Yeah, because that's I don't think he's going to get a ton of the receiving. So that's why I'm like, if you getting 250, maybe flirt with 300, that with like 1,100, that's going to put you in that 1,400 total offense range. And now you guys see what them touchdowns look like.
Yeah.
Because running back, people don't want to pay running backs. And typically, not the bigger bruiser type. They like the Christian McCaffreys, the Kamar, the speed, Yeah.
I think for me to be comfortable, I don't even know if I'd ever be comfortable with a double-digit per year contract.
Okay.
With him specifically.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's Derrick Henry, right? I think he's good. I just don't think he's that guy.
If he has 1,200 rushing yards and 300 receiving, then he start talking about him in a different vein. We haven't seen that.
But
That's
you
more
get what I'm
Nick
saying
Chubb.
with the running back though too. Then you're talking allocation of money and $10 million to a running back with a bunch of those other offensive weapons starting to come up on their contracts and some of the staples on defense we got to continue to pay. That's tough for me. Yeah. That's tough.
You're still looking at it solely from a Steelers perspective. We're just simply saying market value.
I get it. No. I get it. I'm trying to go through the process of what would it take for me to be like, oh yeah, let's just give him double digits.
Yeah, because I'm like,
because even Saquon Barkley, they're having troubles with his contract. Now he's been more hurt than Najee. That's the one thing I think we can give Najee credit for. He's out there. He's available.
Explosive, yeah. Because if Saquon was healthy, but that's the whole issue with running backs. You have to factor in
who are you? Who do you want? I guess this is the larger question. Who do you want to pay double digits out there? Jonathan Taylor would be in the mix. But I don't even know if I'm feeling good about that.
Christian McCaffrey gets double digits.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, he's with the 49ers. They're using him right. If I was any other team, I don't know. There's probably only 3 or 4 teams where that would make sense.
Carolina was one.
I don't think that makes sense for them.
Right. But then they obviously moved him.
Right.
So now he's in San Fran. I think of him. Nick Chubb is the other guy I flirt with potentially. But if I'm Cleveland, I can't do that while I got Deshaun and I got Amari.
I feel like that's a Browns thing. It just fits for both sides.
Yeah.
You got to stay in Cleveland. I don't know if anyone else is giving you that much. Someone would. Someone would with Nick Chubb, though. I think someone would. Now, is it smart or not? You'd have to see that play out.
He hasn't fallen off the cliff just yet.
No, he hasn't. I'd view that one as Shady McCoy going from Philly to Buffalo, middle of his career.
Yeah. Because it's not like when Gurley left.
But think of those names. We just said 3 or 4 names.
That's it. Yeah.
And I don't think Najee's on necessarily that level just yet.
Shoot, You're right, bro. And as weird as it sounds, because obviously Najee has had 2 seasons under his belt, whereas the other guys only had 1. I low-key feel like Etienne has a better chance of getting the bigger deal before Najee does, just because of the style of player he is. With like that home run and really being able to be a receiver out the backfield type concept, whereas with Najee is definitely more of the I'm a power, I'm a beat you, I'm a knock you out, but these old body blows. Whereas, that's more in line with, like we talked about, with a McCaffrey. It's more in line, like we talked about, with a Jonathan Taylor. And I'm with you, like Jonathan Taylor is nice, but even paying
I don't think I'd want to pay him $10 million bucks. This isn't specifically about Najee. It's more about just the running back market.
Because I feel like I can get 2 for half that price and get that production.
You saw those stats on Super Bowl winning running backs.
Absolutely, man.
Those teams were paying them peanuts. Yeah. All those dudes. Look, last year, Isaiah Pacheco, the Chiefs got him in the 7th round. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs, the other year they won with Darrell Williams.
But even think about the Eagles when they won it. They had a stable. You think about even this past year, multiple dudes like,
oh, right.
Yeah, like they're not. It's rare. It's real rare where you're seeing just one big time money back carrying that load like that, because it's hard, man. Them dudes getting hit. Is Derrick Henry the only one that really made it work like that?
I wouldn't say you want to do that now, but
yeah.
At the time, yeah, because he was just dominant.
Yeah,
he was just really dominant. Titans had no other option.
No, he didn't. But he could sustain it. But he was also a freak in terms of his size. Najee is more in line with that type than he is with any of these smaller scat make you miss type dudes. Yeah. Yeah,
and I don't think he's as good as Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the man. This sucks. It sounds like I'm shitting on Najee here.
You're not. But it's context.
I've never seen Najee take one. What did Derrick Henry do? I think it wasn't multiple Thursday night games.
99. Yeah. He did it versus them Jaguars. We outran AJ Bouye, Jalen Ramsey, Telvin Smith.
Yeah, they're both big dudes, but Henry's got that next level. He truly does.